Hi, I'm Charlie from Fast Bikes Magazine. I've been running a Yamaha R6 for the past few months now, and as soon as I received the bike, I took it to R&G so that they could fit it with crash protection. Now I'm returning so that we can go that step further to actually fit a second skin system which protects against long-term damage to the bike as you're on the roads. Justin from the Armour factory is currently prepping and cleaning the bike, so let's go and see how he's getting on. How you doing, Justin?
Hi Charlie, how are you?
Yeah, all good.
Good.
All good. So my bike wasn't quite clean enough then?
Not quite, no. It's how many miles has this one done?
It's probably up to about 3,500 now.
Okay, so you'd expect to see a few stone chips, you know, bits of tar on the fairings, a few little imperfections here and there. But obviously, I'm just doing my best to clean it up as much as I can before we apply the PPF.
So ideally, you want to be doing this from new.
In an ideal world, you would do it from new,
Yeah.
yes, before you have any problems with the paintwork, any imperfections. It doesn't have to be new, obviously. The sooner you get it on, the better.
So Justin, this is the second skin. Can you just show us what's in the kit?
Yeah, by all means. So this is the second skin kit, as you say. It comes all nicely packaged, ready to go. So in the kit, you have your application solution.
Right, so this is what you put on before you actually put the skin on?
So this has two purposes basically. It allows you to apply the second skin and move it around the bike to position it. It acts like a slip solution. Mm-hmm. And then we also use it on top of the film before we start squeegeeing so that the squeegee doesn't scratch the material. Then you have the alcohol wipe, which is obviously, if you don't have a bottle of the panel wipe that I was using beforehand, you'd use this to clean the bike down, get rid of any sort of bug splatters, any dirt on the panels and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then you have the kit. It comes on a single sheet of paint protection film, and it is specific to each and every motorcycle on the market. Even though we've washed it down and wiped it down already, we're just going to go over it with the isopropyl wipe that comes in with the kit. Okay. Just on the individual panel itself before we apply the second skin. Okay Charlie, so it's not just the bike that needs to be clean. Obviously you need to make sure your hands are very clean prior to actually touching the second skin, otherwise you could affect the adhesive on the rear of the material. So again, generously spray your fingers, both hands if need be, and then you can actually start peeling off the material from the backing sheet, and we're now looking for the front mud guard, which is section number 1 according to the diagram. Just find the edge, lift it back off the material, give that a nice generous spray, and we're ready to apply it to the bike. So now we're applying the second skin to the front of the front mud guard, like so. It doesn't have to be accurate at this stage. We're going to spray some more of the slip solution on top of the material so that will create a lubricant so that the squeegee doesn't scratch the material. And we're just going to position it as best we can with our hands, trying to get up as close to the edge as possible, but leaving maybe 2 to 3 mil at the edge so that the material itself doesn't peel back when you're pressure washing the bike or in extreme weather conditions and that sort of thing. So now we're just going to use the squeegee that comes with the kit and just start working the air bubbles very gradually out of the material itself. Start from the centre and just work them towards the edge, like so. Don't worry about scratching the material because that's what we're using the slip solution for. And we just have to be quite patient just to work out these air bubbles.
So we've worked on this bit for quite a while now, but we've still got some air bubbles.
We have. Yeah, so basically, Charlie, we're just going to continue to work these air bubbles out of the material.
Right.
And as you see, it does keep wanting to lift at the edge. That's a natural characteristic of paint protection film. The more curved the surface, the more it wants to lift. So we're just going to persevere. If I was installing this piece, I'd now walk away from that, let it dry naturally, and start working on another piece. Come back to this later. Okay, so here's a piece on the front nose cone that we've put on slightly wrong. The lineage here just doesn't marry up with the bike. So we can take this off quite easily. We're just peeling back a corner and we're going to lift it carefully from the bike. The material itself is very robust. It's been designed with this actual application in mind, so you don't have to worry about getting it perfect every time. You know, we can squeegee it down, we can be quite aggressive with the application, we can get it wrong, and we can just peel it back, start the process again.
So as you can see, or more appropriately, you can't see, the second skin is now all in place. So that's taken you probably about 2 hours, has it?
About 2 hours, yeah.
And is that how long you think you'd expect me to do it, for example?
I'd probably allow, 2 to 3 hours, to be honest, Charlie.
Now, my temptation is to jump on this bike now and go. Obviously, we've only just got the skin on there.
Sure.
How long should I leave it before I start using the bike again?
So I would leave it for a good 24 hours.
Right.
So again, keep it indoors, try and keep it in the same ambient environment that you've done the installation. So at least overnight, at least 24 hours. If after installation, within sort of 5-6 hours or in the same day that you've installed the product, if you do see an edge that's peeled back slightly, just press it down with your finger or your thumb and just sort of try and iron it out gradually. You could apply a bit of heat. If it's not going down with your finger, just apply a bit of heat to reactivate the adhesive. But generally speaking, if you follow the guidelines, once it's on, it should stay on for good.